Thank you for being with us here today and for taking our time. We appreciate you getting this chance. And as for the speakers today, my name is Anna. I'm product manager at M2E, and I'm joined by my co-hosts today, who are Oliver and Holly from Temu and my colleague Kay from M2E. We will be doing a Q&A session at the end. Okay, I think I will pass it over to my co-presenters from our partner.
Thanks, Anna. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Oliver. I've spent my entire career in cross-border trade and e-commerce, working closely with brands and sellers to scale their online business. I was one of the first hires for Temu UK, and I currently lead the home improvement, business industry, and bedding categories. I'm excited to share how we see UK market evolving and where we believe the opportunity lies for partners like you. Let me begin with one key message. Temu is no longer an emerging platform. It is now a global mainstream marketplace with significant scale and momentum. Since launching in the UK in April 2023, Temu has achieved over 735 million app downloads globally. In the UK alone, we have more than 13 million monthly active users, and that data was in 2023. So after 2 years, this number is a lot more at the moment. Globally, the platform attracts over 750 million monthly visits and operate in more than 90 markets now. This level of scale reflects strong consumer adoption. More importantly, it shows sustained growth and increasing engagement. Temu is not just growing, it's becoming a key player in global e-commerce. As you can see here, how we achieve such rapid global growth, there are three key drivers behind it. First, it's engagement. Customers genuinely enjoy the Temu experience. Our browse-first design, personalized recommendations, and the gamified features keep users actively exploring the platform. On average, customers spend around 18 minutes per day on Temu, where the market average is roughly around 10 to 11 minutes. So that's 18 minutes of daily opportunity for sellers to trade up, trade across categories, and increase basket size. Second, it's value. Value sits at the core of everything we do. Our algorithm prioritizes sellers who deliver strong pricing while maintaining quality and service standards. Customers come to Temu with a value mindset, and that drives conversion. And third, mobile-first innovation. We launched at the right time when mobile penetration was at its peak. Every step of the journey from discovery to checkout is optimized for seamless in-app shopping. The result is a frictionless, high-conversion customer experience. So for app shopping, I'm quite confident Temu is leading the market in terms of customer experience. So together, engagement, value, and mobile-first execution have powered our growth and created meaningful commercial opportunity for sellers on the platform. Let me share some of the latest insights from the UK market. Starting on the left hand, our existing customers, 81% of British shoppers say Temu delivers unbeatable value with average savings of around 25%. Even more compelling, 4 out of 10 customers plan to increase their spending with us. That signals growing trust, stronger loyalty, and expanding wallet share from our existing customer base. Now, looking at the right-hand side, 74% of customers say they would recommend Temu to friends and family. That level of advocacy is powerful. Word of mouth, combined with our proven buyer acquisition strategy, supports continued growth. This takeaway is clear. Demand is strengthening, and customer loyalty is deepening, and the growth trajectory in the UK remains very strong. So to address this opportunity, we launched our local to local initiative in 2024, which I will take you into details in the next slide. Local to local initiative was launched 1 year after we first launched in the UK in 2023. So UK shoppers increasingly expect faster delivery, recognized brands, everyday essentials, and higher ticket products. For example, customers purchasing workwear and tools are also searching for branded power tools and building supplies. Shoppers buying household items are looking for local pet food, books, and branded personal care products. I'll expand on this in the following slides. For example, take Joe, a professional builder. He's already outfitted his workspace on Temu, from safety shoes to laser levels. But when it comes to premium power tools or building supplies, he shops elsewhere. He's looking for trusted brands, proven reliability, and bulky materials that require local fulfillment. And next example would be Amy. She regularly buys household essentials on Temu, food containers, pet accessories, everyday basics. But for local pet food brands, books, or branded perfume, she leaves the platform. In both cases, the pattern is the same. The demand already exists. The platform momentum is strong. The only missing piece is the right local supply. That's why we believe this is a defining opportunity for UK e-commerce sellers, the proper local sellers like yourself, to join us. So local to local is designed to connect UK sellers directly with the UK buyers, unlocking incremental revenue that is currently underserved. So there are 4 reasons why this is a compelling opportunity for the UK sellers. First, first mover advantage, as we all know, local to local is still scaling. Early sellers benefit from strong visibility and the ability to establish ranking momentum on Temu. Second, low risk entry. Onboarding is fast and sellers can begin with a limited SKU selection to test performance before scaling. Third, access to new customers. With more than 13 million monthly active users in the UK, Temu offers incremental traffic. Many sellers may not currently be reaching. To be honest, I think it is the case. Fourth, fair exposure. Growth on the platform is driven by performance, pricing, and service. Whether you are an small medium business or an established brand, this is not about replacing your existing sales channels. It's about adding incremental growth. On top of all that, Temu is not working on commission model, so we don't charge any commissions, no subscription fee, no advertisement fee. So there are 2 examples. Let me take you through briefly. A UK FMCG small business launched in December 24 with just 4 SKUs. The store was live within 5 days. In the first month, they achieved over 1,000 sales and became the #1 local FMCG seller on the platform. Another example is a long-standing UK electronics business. In their first month, they reached 170 orders per day with an average selling price above £100. Their highest ticket item exceeds 800 and they offer next day delivery. So this data is again 2 years ago. So at the moment, we have even higher price point items. For example, we have Apple laptops worth more than £2,000. At that price point, you can still see sales coming in. So these examples demonstrate 2 important points. First, sellers can scale quickly. Second, customers on Temu are willing to purchase both everyday essentials and higher ticket items. So what does this mean for your business? It means immediate access to a large and active customer base. It means the opportunity to acquire new buyers. It means fast onboarding and controlled testing before committing to a larger scale. The platform momentum is strong. Customer demand continues to increase. More established brands are joining to capture incremental growth. As you can see a few examples here showing on these slides, we have more and more well-established brands joining Temu, whether from the brands directly or through authorized distributor or resellers. So we would welcome the opportunity to partner with you and explore how we can unlock new revenue streams together on Temu. That's all from me. So I'll now hand over to Holly, who will walk you through the opportunities within the grocery category, particularly. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you for the introduction, Oliver. So yes, my name is Holly and I'm leading grocery here at Temu. To give a quick bit of background about me, so I joined the team last year, and you may be interested to know that in the decade prior to Temu, my career has spanned across category management, buying and product development roles within home, gift, food and grocery, and this has been within various UK department stores, supermarkets and e-commerce marketplaces. So yes, it's really great to be here today to share opportunities for potential grocery merchants who are looking to join us on the platform. I'll now just take a few minutes to quickly walk you through the opportunities and some top line grocery insights. Please do feel free to drop any of your grocery specific questions in the chat, and I'll make sure to answer those at the end. Of course, I'm conscious that we do only have a few minutes today, and it's not possible to cover all of the nuances of grocery. So please, if you are a grocery merchant and you want to understand more, get in touch with the team and we can set up a one-on-one call where we can talk in a bit more detail about your brand or your store. I do also want to quickly mention that although I'm here today talking very focused about grocery, my immediate team also do cover home, kitchen and garden. So equally, if you would like to speak with a dedicated point of contact from one of these teams, let us know and we would love to chat with you. Grocery category officially launched on Temu only last year, and so far we've seen really amazing results. But just to say, it's still a very underdeveloped category with various product gaps across the whole assortment. We currently don't have enough merchants to meet the high customer demand that we are seeing in this space. So there is lots of opportunity for merchants across all grocery categories to come on board and join us. You'll recall that Oliver did mention about first mover advantage for the early adopters within these categories, and grocery is definitely one of the categories where that is still a big opportunity for merchants to come on board and make the most of being one of the first merchants within many of the grocery categories that we do have. So there are a few call outs and highlights that I wanted to briefly mention within grocery. So firstly, confectionery. This is actually a pretty established category with some proven sales results already. In fact, we have already had some showcase merchants that have been picked up by the UK press. So I would definitely recommend have a Google and find these. Equally, I can share them one-on-one with you after, and we can talk through those. But there's been some really rapid success stories from merchants who have come on board already. Definitely still a lot of opportunity in this area as well. Also, just to mention alcohol, so this is a brand new category within grocery. It's only just opened on the platform, so there is big potential here for any merchants who do sell this, and it's a really exciting opportunity for any alcohol merchants to really benefit from the early joiner advantages. Then just some very top line points across grocery. So we do see that customers lean towards bulk purchases. So do consider bundles when you are listing with us. And also in terms of sales trends, we have seen high demand during gifting peaks, as you can imagine. But also just to say, we see just consistent high levels of demand all year round. So not only is there opportunity for, your standard staple store cupboard items, but also the giftable items in grocery have also seen lots of success. So yeah, you get the point. Pretty much anything within grocery right now is a really big opportunity for merchants. So, just to share the level of support that you can expect as a merchant within this category, you will have dedicated one-on-one account management support from the team. We also host weekly training webinars to support with our merchants. We'll have speedy support given to merchants via personal WhatsApp chats. And as mentioned, we have had some merchants already showcased in the press. And right now we're looking for who could be our next showcase merchants that we could help market externally. So yes, to conclude, as mentioned, I would love to schedule any one-on-one calls with merchants who want more details about grocery, but also those wider categories within the home team. And yeah, look forward to hopefully seeing you on board very soon. And now back over to Oliver.
Thanks, Ollie. I'll briefly cover the three categories I look after, which are DIY, business, industry, and science, and bedding. I know it's a mouthful. So currently, the three categories contribute 7%, 5%, 2% of the local, like the entire local to local GMV on Temu. So if we look at the best sellers in each category on the internet, meaning in the e-commerce world, our actual live SKU coverage for those bestsellers on Temu remains below 10% for every single category out of these three, which indicates significant room for expansion. So for bedding, I would say it is a traffic entry category. Sorry, just a phone call pop up. DIY as an ecosystem expansion category. Because for bedding at the moment, we've already have many top sellers joining us, and the GMV has the biggest percentage take up compared to the other two. However, DIY, yes, we are selling standard small items, for example, non-branded tools, non-branded tape, things like that, but it's very limited, very price sensitive. So I would say, yes, the Temu customers come to the website, they buy this just because of the price. But the mindset of Temu as a DIY destination, we're still trying to build that. And in order to do that, we kind of need sellers, local sellers, to help us to provide more inventory so that we can make our customer understand Temu is a destination, for example, like, B&Q can be a destination for DIY. And BIS, which is short for business, industry, and science, same. And the key focus in the long term for this category would be repeat purchase driven category. For example, PPE under this category is a subcategory with huge potential, or the protective gloves, high-vis clothes, or protection boots, things like that, and even face masks. So across all three categories, the growth logic is consistent: core, stabilize the scale, expand, optimize structure, and distributed density unlocks the growth.
Oliver, thank you very much for covering this great presentation on Temu part. We will be rolling further, and the next part is going to be in more detail about how you can expand your online stores by joining Temu and by extending your listings and sales to the new marketplace. So as I mentioned, my name is Anna, and Kate will be presenting with me today. We will be sharing more information on what M2E is and how we can be helping you to grow your business along with Temu. Okay, a quick intro to what we have been doing and what we focus on, and how we can be helpful to your business. If you have been using M2E, you might be familiar with some of our products, but we like to highlight the fact that today M2E is a whole ecosystem, and we are automating and extending a lot of online platforms to the markets that to be popular and successful in e-commerce. So whether you are selling on Adobe Commerce, WooCommerce, Salesforce, Shopify, you can get a benefit from M2E by extending your sales to a variety of marketplaces. And Temu has been one of our leading, during the last years, leading marketplace. As Oliver mentioned, the start and the launch in the UK was fast and successful. That's why more and more sellers are joining and learning what Temu actually is today versus what it used to be a few years ago. Okay, we will not be saying more or a lot here about how we work and what actually we do, because I'm sure that by expanding a e-commerce platform, many sellers understand that instead of just selling from one point of sale, you can easily be selling in a few from a few points, and that's actually what we are good at, and we have been doing it for over 18 years. So you are very much welcome to visit our website and search for specific details that you are interested. For example, a specific platform you are using for your website, or you would like to start using, or specific services that we have, because we will be mentioning a few today, and we'll be focusing on features that can be helpful to you once you get to sell on Temu as a new market point of sale. So using this here, you can get direct to our website and find all the information you need. But still, if you can search or find something, you are welcome to use this session to ask us directly. And Kate will pick up from here and let you know a few great features we have already released and users have been using to be efficient on markets, and we'll learn about them today as well.
Yeah, thank you, Anna. So thank you everyone for joining our webinar today. And I'm Kate from the customer service team at M2E Cloud, and I know from the experience what features are the most important for the sellers and the most demanding in M2E Cloud. And today I would like to share with you exactly how M2E will help you to scale your business, to expand to Temu platform if you are not there yet. First of all, to start with, I would say that the main idea of M2E and the main thing that it will help you with is it will definitely save your time. Because instead of creating the products manually on Temu, you can reuse the products, the product data that you have on your store. So you can use the product titles, images, all the product information that is already created available on your store, and push it to Temu using the M2E Cloud. So the store is used as the source of truth for Temu listings. And at this point, the M2E also helps you with our auto suggestions and auto mappings. So once you have selected the products you want to list on Temu, then you don't need to really think of the most relevant categories for your products, as the M2E will come with the auto suggestion based on the product titles, descriptions that you have, and all you will need to do is just either to confirm the recommended category, or you will also have the flexibility to adjust it if needed. Then if you have the information that is required for this product category, for the attributes within this product category, the M2E will also automatically check whether this information already exists in your store and automatically map this field. So, for example, the brand name is required to be provided to list the product on Temu. So the M2E system checks if you already have the brand assigned to the products in your store and automatically maps this information. And once you confirm save this mapping, you will not need to do this once again, just because the system will save this mapping and you can simply reuse it when you list your future listings. At the same time, the system always at the back end checks and validates the product information that you have filled in and provided for the products against the Temu requirements. So we have the validator assistant where such engine that checks whether all the information provided is relevant, whether this is valid, and whether it meets Temu requirements. And if something is missing, you will clearly see it. The system will highlight for you what information should be provided, how to add this information. So this helps you to reduce the errors, provide the most relevant, complex information for your listings to get the successful listing faster. And this also helps you to improve the visibility of your products on Temu and to improve the accuracy of the listings that you will push to Temu. So let's move on to the next slide and to the next feature that we have. As I have mentioned, that the system helps you to validate the information that you have provided and to automatically map some information. One of the most important data that should be provided, of course, is the GPSR details. So how M2E works here. If you already have the GPSR details created, added on your Temu account, the system automatically maps the brand name you have provided for the product with the manufacturer name that you have on Temu and maps these details so they get automatically provided when listing the item on Temu. You don't need to add these details manually or more times if you already have this data on Temu. So the system will do this mapping and submit this information for you on the back end. So then let's move on. Once your products are listed, you have the active items on Temu. Of course, then the automatic synchronization of the data and the automatic updates between the store and Temu comes in place. And we understand that the most dynamic, the most sensitive catalog data is the pricing and the quantity. And here, what you can achieve with automatic synchronization with the quantity and pricing, for example, with M2E. The system automatically checks the changes in the product quantity from your store and automatically updates it on Temu. It helps you to prevent oversells and it helps you to get the accurate stock across all the platforms all the time. As for the prices as well, like the price updates are also automated and also it gives you the flexibility. You can set up different prices for your Temu listings without the need to make any updates in your store. So you can set up pricing rules where Temu listings assign different prices to different groups of products based on the marketplace grouping, categories, brands, or other parameters that gives you the flexibility to try different business strategies, different approaches with your listings, and you will just simply the approach is the same as with other data. You just keep the product data in your store as the source of truth, and then using the M2E system, you apply some additional rules, flexible settings that allow you to customize how the prices will be displayed on Temu and how the product information will be submitted to Temu platform. And of course, the next part that's essential and important for sellers is their sales. The order management and delivery management with M2E is also supported. It helps you to simplify this part. The M2E helps you to simplify this part by allowing you to import Temu orders into your store. So to synchronize the order statuses updates between the platforms, synchronize shipping order status and tracking information. So this way you can process orders within your existing store workflow. How it works. Once the order is created on Temu, the M2E system automatically catches this event. imports this order into the M2E application and creates the same order in your store. You will receive all the details like the purchased item SKU, shipping details, taxes, prices, order total, all the information that you need to fulfill the order will be available for you in your store. So you just fulfill it the regular way you are doing this, update the order status, and the M2E system catch these updates and submit them to Temu. So this way you just follow your regular flow and the system will take care of the automatic updates to the Temu. And at the same time, the stock is also updated across all the platforms, which is very important and helps you to automate these updates and prevent any discrepancy in the stock or any other product data. So simply that's it, the whole flow, how that we support that and that we can help you with to list new products on Temu, then automate the further product updates between the platforms and to receive and fulfill the orders from Temu. So if you haven't started with Temu yet, I think that's the good sign to try, especially with the app, with the M2E app that will help you with this process. And then once you will feel confident with Temu, you will also be able to expand to other marketplaces with M2E. Yeah, so we also support the integrations with other channels like Amazon, eBay, TikTok Shop, Shein. So just start with Temu and then you will be able to reuse all the settings that you create in M2 Cloud for Temu Marketplace, and you will be able to apply the same strategies, the same settings to the other marketplaces that will make it easy for you to expand to other channels as well. I think that now would be the good time to share some example of the success story like that we have based on the experience with one of our customers. So I think, and I'll pass the word here to you to share some good example of how M2E exactly helped one of our customers to achieve their goals.
Sure. I won't be going into details because everything is, I think, shared already. And just a quick example of how efficient it can be when you know what you're doing, when you're extending to a new market with the help of a professional team. We usually do help businesses with their onboarding, answer questions, set up the shared screen calls along with our team partners. And we do make sure that all of the questions are answered during this very specific period of launch. And you can see that once it's done right and you are getting your product into the right categories, how efficient it can be. You are saving your time without manual work, but you are getting more sales, which means more revenue. And of course, our priorities, as we're trying to explain today with the features that we develop, are to ensure the inventory accuracy. And we know that when businesses sell from a few points of sales, it's one of the most important things to make sure there is no oversell and the inventory is updated up to date in real time. And of course, once you are confident that you are good with a number of products that you have offered for sale on the marketplace, you are ready to offer more. And this is a sign for us as well that everything is done in a proper way. So as everyone, I think, today mentioned, you're very much welcome to ask questions to be confident that it's worth trying. Here, just a quick slide with the contacts that you might be already looking for. So they are on the screen. Feel free to save them. They are also available on our website. And I think we are good to answer your questions.
So there's a few questions here. Elizabeth is asking, she's already selling on Amazon, and can I use the same listings for Temu? I mean, from experience, I could even answer answer that. A lot of our Temu sellers have been using M2E, not just for Amazon, but also e-commerce platforms like Shopify, Magento, etc. M2E, in our experience with sellers, have really helped us with moving all the listings from these platforms into Temu. And happy to say that our sellers traditionally have been very happy with M2E services, not because I'm on M2E webinar, but I've heard very little issues or no issues coming from sellers. The listing sync and AI and item specifics or taxonomies that have moved from other marketplaces or e-commerce platforms have been very I would say, nicely synced onto Temu. Anna, if there's anything else to add, please do so.
I just wanted to add that Swapnil already mentioned that it's all possible and it's very easy. And we know that this is a common question to sellers, because we understand that every time you list products, you want to save time, not to do it through the same steps all over again. So we do have a chance, the ability actually, or the feature to copy your listings and sell them on a new marketplace. So yes, of course, if you are looking for an easy way to, transfer your already well performing catalog on one marketplace, of course, you can be doing that on a new marketplace like Temu.
And Elizabeth, we will be our BDs as well as M2E customer service has been traditionally helping with very quick SLAs as well. So we can also help you with SOPs to ensure all your listings are synced with Temu. The next question I've got is, can I track product performance and conversions on Temu? I could take that, and Oliver and Holly could take that as well. A lot of these data is available on Seller Center in terms of performances, daily GMV, products sold, etc. Holly and Oliver, do you want to follow up on this apart from the Seller Center information?
Yeah, I think that's a great summary. And yeah, there's lots of data available for merchants when you do sell. And of course, we'll be helping you to boost your sales as well. That's what we're here for.
If I may add, all the sellers, all our key sellers, including, do get dedicated support from our business development category leads, as well as their account management support is offered. So yes, not just performance data, but also strategy information or support is rendered to our sellers. Okay, so next question. Does M2E provide any analytics for Temu sales and product performance? Maybe around the profitability side as well, if you want to add, Anna and Kate.
Sure. Yeah. I think it adds to the previous question with tracking product information, because actually we do provide a standalone service, which is M2E Analytics, and it's available to all of our sellers right now the moment they get their sales channels account connected. So as long as you have M2E installed and you have your Temu account connected, we will be managing and analyzing your product and sales data. So there is an interface for that. You will be able to reach it either from your customer account or from your app interface. We will be keeping track of the information that you are managing by getting it from the API. So if you find it more convenient to check the information directly on Temu, you can use the Seller Central, or we will be also keeping it in a separate interface for you in M2E Analytics. So if you haven't tried it or you haven't seen where to access it, we will help you with directions. So please reach out.
Sean says, am I right in saying that Temu at the moment is only for FMCG and low value, low touch products? It's not yet for niche or luxury, is it?
To be honest, wouldn't necessarily agree with this question. As with any marketplace or retailer I've been at, there are customers who, yes, some customers are looking for, super low cost products. Equally, there will always be a stretch, and we also see that at Temu as well. So you may be interested to know that actually, since we've launched our local to local project in the UK and actually worldwide, we've seen this trend. We've seen that the average order value of customers has been steadily increasing. And actually, some of our best-selling categories within Temu, which I know,
Is
the
FMCG,
data,
yes.
yeah, and actually some much higher ticket items. So there's opportunity really across all price points. There are customers looking for all. If you've got a, if you've got a very niche product that you want to talk to us about one-on-one, then yeah, let's go into a bit more detail about that after potentially.
If if I may also add, it's not just FMCG right now. We are very category agnostic, right from tech, big furniture, heavy furniture, till FMCG. And like Holly mentioned, the purchase price is very vast, right from expensive products to FMCG products. But I must say, FMCG is one of the top categories. But home and garden, DIY are really picking up and turning to be our top categories as well.
Yeah. Sorry, just want to add. So in terms of price point, yes, like Holly and Swapnil mentioned here, I don't think Temu at the moment is being perceived as, selling anything only below £10 platform anymore. We see in many categories the price point has increased a lot with the bigger brands, more established brands joining us. That definitely helped it. So from my personal experience, because when I first joined, I still looked after, Temu's business in the US. I had experience. There's a set of cutlery, I think 48 pieces, it sold more than 2,000 US dollars. So that proves, with the massive Temu customers, especially for the generation who grow up with Temu app using mobile smartphones generation, the demand is there. We come back to the problem we mentioned before. We don't have enough supplies. So yeah.
We can take a deep dive after this webinar. Of course, our BDs do reach out to you after webinars. Please feel free to raise as many questions in the one-to-ones as well. I'll move on to the next few questions, really good ones. Across both M2E and Temu, what is the costing model? Is Temu FOC until the market has matured, or does M2E observe the same threshold for fees?
We are a subscription-based service, and you are welcome to once again visit our website to see the plan tiers. We offer quite a few to be flexible for businesses who are just starting. For example, you would feel good to start with an annual payment, for example, and then if you become more and more confident, you would rather, from our experience, switch to annual billing just because the rate is better and it protects you from seasonal fluctuations in sales. So you are good to check the pricing offers, and ask us questions if you have questions. And of course, we provide a trial period for businesses that allows you to learn the app, explore the marketplace, to understand the requirements for your categories, and make sure that everything's set up in the right way before you actually launch and start selling on the channel.
Laurie, hope that answers. Okay, Laurie has asked clarification on listing on Temu, local to local fee, mentions no commission. Oliver, Holly, do you want to take the Temu costing here? Temu fees.
Yeah, sure. So what we said, there's no commission, no subscription fee, no advertisement fee. It's all true, because Temu is working on a base price model. And we can take you through the details if you come to us, because just to put in short, base price is the price from the seller's point of view, you only need to think about this base price will cover your product cost, your delivery cost, and give you the expected margin. Then that's the price you are going to be happy about it. Team will recommend suitable base price for you. However, it's completely up to the seller if you accept it or not. Team will only operate on base price model. On top of that, we don't have any extra commissions or any hidden charges. But we can take
Awesome.
you through the details because at the moment, different category, they might have a slightly different in percentage. Yeah.
Thanks, Oliver. One more question, and I think Oliver, because you covered DIY, it's and large size products as well. Maybe you could help with this fulfillment question. So Laz has asked, so in terms of order fulfillment, customers are directly responsible for sending products to the end buyers and not Temu.
Yes. So when you talk about returns, right? So basically, Temu requirement for the local sellers is that you are locally registered entity. You have local inventory in the local warehouse, meaning the seller is fully responsible for the fulfillment of the order. So once the order is generated, you need to send your products yourself. You can use your own logistics service or Temu's by shipping service. Fulfill that order. And when there's a return occurred, you can again use Temu's by shipping return service or your own logistics service. And the return is always going back to your own warehouse. Is that what you're asking? And in terms of the return cost, because this was a problem for bulky item sellers before, because for any remorse order, for example, mainly just because the customer changed their mind. I had a seller, for example, they are selling timber deckings, right? The return probably will cost £30 for the seller to do that. At the moment, we have this new policy for sellers like that. We can put you on whitelist, so you can reimburse the return cost with Temu. Temu will pay you. But providing we have the evidence that order is just a remorse order from the customer, it has nothing to do with the product quality, or damaged products. Yeah. So I would say, like I said, Temu is evolving week by week. We are looking at all the issues and problems our sellers giving feedbacks to us, and we are changing and upgrading, improving the rules and policies to protect our sellers as well.